Social media is a great place to build your audience, but it's not the best place to keep your audience or the best place to build your community. And the reason is you don't own it. And the reason is every time you post, only about 4 to 8% of your followers even see your post. The algorithms are always changing. Platforms get shut down. The rules change. People get banned. You just never know what's going to happen in the future. So if you pair that with the fact that email open rates are about 30% and more sales happen via email than on social media, you can see why everyone keeps telling you that you need to build an email list. However, one tricky thing with email marketing is that you have to pay for the platform to host the email, and usually you need some type of website to embed these forms on, and then you need a way to actually direct people from social media to your email platform. And that's where the sponsor of today's video, Rivet, comes in. So Rivet's goal is to be the best fan community tool for musicians, and this is going to walk you through the features so you can see how they deliver on that. So this is what Rivet looks like on the customer or fan-facing side. You might just think, Andrew, this just looks like a link in bio. We've talked about these before. But what Rivet does is integrate a lot of individual features around community building. So yes, there is a link in bio portion to it, but there is also several email opt-in features that it provides in with this, but it also handles the building of your emails, the sending of your emails, and a bunch of smart behind-the-scenes ways to rank fans by how engaged they are, track their data across other platforms, and other cool features. And we'll be taking a look at the back end in a sec. But right in the surface with this test account I have here, my name's not River West. I don't know this person or even know if they're real, but this is the test account that I have. It's a link in bio, right? But if you click follow, you can enter in your first name, last name, email address, and then you can fans can also leave their address for merch, right? Because in the back end, they can rank fans. You can decide if you want to just give your top fans merch if you wanted to, or know where they live, so that when you go to play a tour near their city, you can let them know and segment your list that way. Now, you can also gate content. So this is a unreleased music video, and it says exclusive content. You can unlock this content, and you can have multiple ways for people to unlock it. Now, you probably wouldn't set it up this way, but I just wanted to show you the different types of gates. So you could have email unlock content. You can have payment unlock content, and you can actually hook up your Stripe account directly to Rivet to be able to sell that content. And you can even do paid subscriptions, which is cool. So basically you can allow people to subscribe kind of like a Patreon, and then they just come to your link in bio. And if once they're logged in, they just see your content that they've unlocked, which is very unique. Now you can also embed things directly in here like music videos and SoundCloud and other stuff. So when we get to the back end, you'll see how that works. There is a thing right at the bottom of every single link, drop an email to join my secret club and redeem your points. And also at the top, redeem rewards here. So let's go into the back end and take a look at some of the features. So now we're in the back end of Rivet, and when they showed me this feature, I almost just stopped and clapped my hands, because this is something that I think a lot of platforms are missing when it comes to knowing how to talk to your fans. So you log in right in the dashboard, and you get this thing called Daily Hacks. So these are your top personal suggestions updated daily based on your unique data. Follow them to experience the full magic of Rivet. So some examples are: thank your fans in New York, your #1 exclusive unlocked city. So by using your data, it knows that New York is the city you have the most amount of unlocks from. In this case, it's a test account, so it's only one fan. But if you had real people, you would start to know the people that are unlocking your stuff. Are there certain cities that are bubbling up to the top naturally? Maybe it's the city you live in, or maybe it's not. Give back the love by sending them a thank you push. So they call email sends or campaigns pushes, so keep that in mind. You can thank your recent top email engaging fans. Say hello to the top 10% of recent push engagers. 5 fans, send them a note. Thank your all-time top push engagers. Thank your all-time top live show fans. So top event attending super fans engaged. Send them with the top 10% of all people that bought event tickets. So because it integrates with very specific list of platforms, it can merge all that data together and become a place where you can go to learn about your audience and then keep them engaged. And you log in, you get to see these pushes of different ways you could approach keeping your most engaged fans engaged or engaging fans who maybe could become more engaged. So let's go to this link page editor. We're going to go through a bunch of these categories here as well. Let's go to this link page editor, see the kind of main editing you can do on here for the link in bio portion at least. So when you go in, you can edit this link. And of course, you can edit your image. You can edit the header thing. You can also edit this follow button. So if you don't want to have people type in their location because maybe you're online only or whatever, or you're never going to do merch, you can just turn that off. Or you can add different questions, multiple choice, free response if you wanted to let people contact you. So you can customize that if the default that I just showed you or the demo account default is not up to your preference. If you click the subscribe button, you can add subscription tiers here just like a Patreon. So I call it test, $1 a month, set changes. Now we have a subscription tier. And then when you're going down to content, you can make this item exclusive, require paid subscription to unlock. I don't know if you can read that, but you can opt certain content that's only available to paid subscribers in the same way that you would on something like Patreon. Of course, you can set your name. You can enter in your social media links, which there's like all the things. If we go back to the live page editor or link page editor, next you get to the content. So when you click add content, you can either add an item or a section. These sections are kind of like just a group of things. So an item is just like this. If I click add item, you can add SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, just a regular old link. Now if you click section, this is going to give us basically a place where you can add multiple pieces of content too. And you can basically it's a way for you to like group related things so that people can easily just swipe through a list of things instead of you making your page like 1,000 items long. Now, remember, you can just use regular old links. So if you're like, oh, the platform I want to link to isn't here, you can just click add link, give it a title, add a link. So the regular kind of link in bio features are there, where if there's a certain platform you want to use, like your website or something, you can just straight up link to it here, or Tor links if you're linking to like Ticketmaster or Bands in Town or whatever, you could still do that. And I showed you this before, but let's take another sec to kind of look at how this unlock stuff works. So this YouTube video, let's say this is an unlisted video, exclusive early access to my music video. You just go make this item exclusive, and then you could either set price unlock, paid subscription unlock, require email to unlock, or require a score to unlock. And I alluded to this before, but every time someone interacts with you on a myriad of platforms, it assigns a certain score to that person, and you could define people above X score get access to these exclusive things. So that, I mentioned before that on the surface, Rivet looks like a link in bio paired with an email platform. But when you combine all these smart features together, it's a lot more, right? It's a fan data community platform. So when I said that their goal is to be the best fan community engagement platform for musicians, they're using a data-driven approach to allow artists to make educated decisions about their fans and build a community around their project, kind of centered around this link in bio that you can put in all your different platforms. Now, you can also assign an auto deletion date if there's a certain thing that you're unlocking or setting up that you want to just get removed automatically. That's a pretty neat feature. Like, let's say a pre-save link, you want that to get removed when your song comes out. You can also do this auto update thing, which honestly, it seems like you put in your YouTube channel and it just automatically throws the newest video, which is pretty handy for YouTubers, right? But even music artists who would want to show your latest music video, but also just general content creators, you want to show your latest video to make it easy for people to go check it out. You can throw that in there too, and then it'll auto update that link. So now we're in the fan section, and this is where we get to see some of this data and all these integrations. So in addition to just uploading emails, letting people sign up, you can integrate your Instagram, your Eventbrite, and your Shopify to have all that data here in one place, which is very handy. And you can also make multiple lists if you want to be able to talk to people in different ways. If you go down here, you can see some of these numbers. So this is the fan scoring aspect of things. You can click on any given person. As far as I know, these are not real people. But Emma Jacobson, they have a 92 fan score. They've never spent anything. They're not part of any list, and they haven't purchased anything. I'll show you when I flip over to my personal account in a bit so I can show you how some of the purchase stuff works. So I'll have to blur the heck out of it. But if we click see all, you're going to get this list of people, and you can sort them by score if you want. Flip the thing. Then go through, and I'm guessing there's probably just a bunch of leads in here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, the actions that people take across the platforms like Shopify, Eventbrite, and Instagram, and email, like opening emails and all that jazz, it's going to assign a score to that. And I don't know the exact algorithm behind what calculates the score, but you can then use that score however you want. So you can, just by looking at your data, okay, like most people are under this, and then there's a very select percentage of people above this. Let me treat this percentage of people to an extra gift. Or maybe I want to get these people at the lower end and elevate them up in points by giving them some opportunities to engage with my content in interesting ways. Now, if we go into the pushes section, this is the email aspect of it. So if I go in and let's just edit, let's create a new push. So they do have some templates in here. And they actually also have automations as well. At least there's only one right now, but they're adding more all the time. So this is the email builder, and it works exactly how you would expect it to work. Like you click on an image, you can go swap out the image, you can click on some text, and you can delete it, and you can change it, and you can add blocks, remove blocks. There's also the smart text feature, which I'm guessing uses some AI tool to be able to, make text better, fix it, grammarize it, summarize it, yada, yada, yada. And then you can go preview and send. And then you can choose who you're going to send it to. You can go in and click your lists and choose who you're going to send it to. So, you can segment your list along the way. That way, when you go to send, it will be ready to roll. Now, every time you send a push, you're going to get all this data back. So, of course, you get delivery date and how many people you send it to and what list you send it to. But you're also going to get engagement metrics. So, how many emails were delivered, how many emails were opened, how many emails had clicks, then also the fan activity that happened from that list. Click See All Fan Activity. Now, if you're a touring artist, this data will be particularly interesting because you can go and see top cities. You can click on any city and see how many new fans, how many fans, emerging super fans, and super fans that you have inside of each of these individual cities, which would be very handy. Now, I do want to show you some of these integrations. So in the back end, of course, there's like all the settings and stuff I won't bore you with, but you can integrate your Instagram, your Eventbrite, and your Shopify, and then you can integrate your Stripe account. So this is how you actually process payment. So they're not acting as a middleman here where they store your money and then you have to worry about cashing out. You can just directly hook your Stripe account up to them. So the money just goes straight to your Stripe account. Making a Stripe account is free. If you have a Shopify store or anything online, you probably already have a Stripe account. But like everyone that sells stuff online uses Stripe if they accept credit cards, at least in America and most of the world, as far as I know. But you can just hook it up directly there and accept cash. Now, I'm going to have to blur the hell out of this because it shows personal information, but I uploaded my email list. I hooked up my Shopify and my Instagram so I could see what could it do. It's just some existing data with no time. I literally did this today. So it just figured this out on its own. And it was able to start assigning scores to people. So there's someone up top here. And again, sorry, I'm going to have to blur so much of this out, but I don't want to expose anyone's email addresses here. They have a score of 13. They've spent $36.99 on my store. I can see what city they're from. If I go down, I can see what list they're a part of. So it automatically made these lists in my account where certain products, signed CD buyers, my email list. I don't know what this discount. Oh, there's probably some automated discount code in my Shopify store. I can see that they bought. Basically, it makes a list for every product that they've purchased, and I can see that here. If I close this out and open up a new one, I could see that this person has spent $54.38 in my store. They've bought my 3 CD bundle. They bought my wristbands. They bought my, so I can see all the products. They're on all these lists. And then now if I know, like I'm selling a CD and I want to push it out to people and leverage this data along with my other data, I can use that and send a push to these particular people. And then we can look at another person. This person bought a completely different set of products, or they're on different lists. We can see when they bought those products and, oh, what is that? Apparently you got to smash that like button. I'm getting good at this, huh? All right, so let's go over some rapid fire reasons as to why I think that Rivet is one of the best fan community tools for musicians. So first is how easy it is to implement these daily hacks. So for example, there's this thank your first time merch buyers thing up top. I can just click on that and then I get this email template I can customize. And remember, these are first time merch buyers. So you might want to give them the coupon code, give them some free downloads, free goodies, thank them for being a first time customer. Customize that, preview and send. And all of a sudden, without dealing with tags or whatever other automation stuff you need to deal with, you can just send a blast out to all of your first-time merch buyers just like that. Next, and super related to that, there's this, inside of this pushes section, you can go to create new push and go to automations. One of the most important things you should have in your email list is a welcome email sequence or email automation. So in here, there's this automation. We can click start designing, click and edit this push. And now we have this template that every single person that signs up to your Rivet Club or email list on Rivet, they're going to get this email automatically. So throw in some goodies. Remember, this is the first kind of experience you have that they have on your email list. So you want to make it as good as possible. So customize this, preview and save, and then bam, you have an email automation again without dealing with tags and some of the other things that, well, not too time consuming, can be a little complicated the first time you're getting into making an email list. This next thing is going to sound a little silly, but if you go into settings, there's team settings, and it's super easy to invite other band members, managers, labels, whatever your collaborators are, to come in here and help you manage your account. And it frustrates me to no end when I get this new tool that I'm using and it doesn't have this, because that means you're sharing passwords. And that's one that's not only not secure, but if you stop working with someone, you have to go change your password and then let everyone else know in your team that you've changed your password. So I love it when platforms have a team settings tool like this. Now, the last thing I can't really show you because it's this thing called Rivet GPT that they're working on. So you've probably heard of Chat GPT, AI, natural language processing, and all the conveniences that come along with that. Well, Rivet's working on their own internal Rivet GPT that leverages that technology. And if you might have noticed that the whole point of Rivet is to bring all these kind of tools and data sources together to make your life easier. And Rivet GPT is just the extension of that to give you even more ways to simplify all of this stuff so that you can spend more time making music and less time worrying about all the technical fan building stuff like that. The software just takes that off you, and you can focus on the stuff that really matters. So if you also think that Rivet looks like an awesome fan community building tool, then you can get it for free right now, because Rivet's actually free until January 1st, 2024. But if you use my link in the description, you'll get a grandfathered 50% off pricing for the life of your account. So if you like it, just go sign up and try it for free, because you have literally nothing to lose. And then if you like it, you get 50% off for forever. So might as well just try it out. Now, if you're looking for how you can promote your music on streaming services such as Spotify and other platforms, you can check out this video right here where I walk you through the whole process from start to finish. Thank you very much for Rivet for sponsoring this video. And yeah, hope to see your Rivet pages and Rivet communities, and tag me on social media if you make anything cool. But yeah, see ya.